Hey folks, John with Complete Technology Solutions, your friend in the computer business. Man, I have got a packed and awesome slate for you. Let's get this one started. Guys, first off, I got to tell you, for those of you who have been watching the shorts I've been putting out, man, I have been killing myself on this speed loader. You know, for the HDP50, it's a fantastic gun, but having to reload it's kind of a pain in the hiney, especially if you have to do it fast. So I took an existing speed loader file and I noticed it would jam. No matter what you did, it would jam up. So I had to make many modifications to the inside of it and print it over and over again to finally get a functioning, working, and perfect model. Guys, welcome to the world of the speed loader. This is the HDP50 with the speed loader pre-installed. And I'll show Stumpy this thing, guys. It looks amazing. Everything turned out perfect. Now, one thing that I did, and I'll show Stumpy over here, you'll notice here you've got notches on the inside of this on both sides. Now, those notches, how many times have you heard anybody who deals with firearms tell you, if you're holding a weapon until you're ready to fire it, your finger does not touch the trigger? So what I thought is, well, if you're training somebody how to use this weapon and you cut in a notch on both sides so it's ambidextrous, if you are holding this weapon before you fire it, your finger rests on that notch. And I mean it rests perfectly regardless of which side you've got your hand on. So if you're holding the weapon and you're not ready to fire, there you go, right on the notch. As far as the speed loading mechanism, you unscrew it from the top. You insert your 6 balls in there. After you have fired all of your rounds, all you have to do to reload the weapon is slide your loader up, tilt your weapon back. That dumps all the rounds out of here through a channeled arc into the gun, and then let it go, and you're ready to fire your next 6 rounds. Now, I tried this with every ammo we've currently fired. The standard rubber balls, I've done it with the rubber steel core balls, I've done it with aluminum, and I've done them with steel. Every one of them seems to feed perfectly in this configuration, and it doesn't jam. The only issue I ever had, well, going through these emanations is occasionally you'd have to shake it a little bit to get them to come on down. But I think I've got all that hammered out now. So these will be available for sale through my channel. And as you can see, I got another one printed up right here, and my printers are going like crazy to make more of them. Please, guys, bear with me. It takes me about 19 hours to make one of these. I print them solid. They are not hollow. And that's kind of a big thing to me. I want to make sure they're quality and they're going to last, all right? So if you want one, drop me an email. It'll be down there, and I'll get them out to you as quickly as I can. But bear with me, because it's going to take me a little time to get it all going. Now, all that being said, let's get to the fun. All right. You guys know it, dude. Every now and then you get one of these items on here where you go, what the heck is that? This is the Umarex HDX68 shotgun. Finally, guys, I have been beating my supplier over the head on this thing to try to get one of these in here to show you. And not only did they send me one, they sent me 2. Now, they sent me the 7.5 joule version, which is the standard one you can buy here in the US. This is the 11 joule version. But you guys had better believe after we're done testing and playing with this thing today, it will be getting an upgrade regardless. I don't care how it performs. This will be able to do over 40 joules in its max configuration, and we will get there. But let's take a look at what this looks like, guys. And Stumpy, I feel bad. This angle is not going to be that good, guys. I'm doing my best to try to get you a good angle of this weapon. Oh, check that out, guys. Man, there's no way Stumpy's getting a good view of that. We'll pull her out here in a second. So, same thing in here. You got your paperwork. That looks like a cleaning squeegee. And all your documentation, et cetera, nothing big. Who cares? This, on the other hand, go. Guys, I can't describe it. That has got to weigh a good 10, maybe even 12 pounds. It is heavy. Okay, now listen. There was a survey done many years ago of the 5 sounds that were the scariest and the most recognizable sounds anywhere. Among them were the cocking of a pistol, handcuffs, all the basic stuff you've heard, the slamming of a jail cell, and one of the sounds, right. Guys, if someone walks into your house and you're like, hey, yeah, I think they're going to be bailing for the other side. But let's take a closer look at this, guys. So, as you can see, it feeds just like a standard shotgun here. But instead of loading from the bottom, the way these things are set up, you open up the chamber, and this is where you will actually load in your ammunition. And as you can see, that is actually just one of those plugs, and you feed your ammunition in there. Now, you can do it by hand individually, but what these guys did that I thought was absolutely brilliant is if you look down in the handle, you've actually got a feeding mechanism. You can pull this out, you put this here, and then you load the balls in through the feeding mechanism. This is a whole lot easier on your fingers than trying to jam these in here because it holds 16 rounds, and that will mess your fingers up. Now, the next thing you're going to want to do is to load in your CO2. All right, the CO2 is actually 2 CO2 cartridges back to back in the buttstock here. So just like you've actually seen on some of the airsoft guns, you squeeze this lever and you pull this back. At this point, you're going to unscrew this cap. Now, one thing also I like about this, guys, this has got this little adapter right here. I actually 3D printed one of these for the HDP50 because that thing tends to get a little bit tight. And if you don't have your Allen key, it's very difficult to get it open. But they actually include an aluminum, what'd you call that? A wrench, kind of like a wrench, to put on there and unscrew that butt cap. All right. And you're going to place one CO2 cartridge in down, one CO2 cartridge up, and this is your puncture ring. So once this goes back on, buttstock goes on, pop the back, you've got a little indicator right there. That's going to pop up to let you know that you are charged, and then it's rack 'em and fire 'em. I cannot wait, guys. Here's what we're going to do. I'm going to go ahead and get this loaded up, and we're going to move to the range. I can't wait. I've wanted to do this ever since I heard about this thing. Be right back. All right, folks, so we're back here on our range, as you can see. Now, today we're not shooting our regular Scully. We're giving him a break today. But that looks like 3 cell phones down there, doesn't it? Looks like galaxies. Well, I figured, what the hell, we'll give it a shot, right? So, we've got our rounds loaded up, chambered one up. Now, guys, when we're done with this video, I'm going to take you back in here. There's something I learned about the loading mechanism on this that will save you a whole lot of finger pain. And it's pretty tight in here, but there is a way to do it that makes it not so bad. I'll show you guys in a second. Now, got one chambered. We're going to go ahead and we're going to pop the back. And as you can see, we have punctured and we are up. We are ready to go. All right, let me get my eye protection on back here, guys. All right. Okay, putting her on fire. Let's take a test shot and see what this actually does. We're aiming for the one on the left. Now, guys, honestly, I have not sighted this in, so I have no idea if we're even going to hit the target. We're going to give it a shot, though. Well, I'd say that was pretty darn accurate. What would you say? Wow. Did you hear the velocity on that thing, guys? All right. Well, hang on one sec. We're going to take another shot. And actually, guys, on this one, I'm even going to back up further. So right here, I was actually at the back of the camera here. So you can see we're good, I'd say about 25 feet away. I'm going to go back another 5 feet, and we're going to give it a shot. Oh, before I do that, let's do the fun part. Ready? Next round. Here we go. We're going for the middle. Here we go. Now we're just shooting the cardboard, guys. Woo! Guys, that is crazy. You hear that? Holy cow. And what I was doing, if you guys were wondering, is I was just aiming for right in this spot to see if we could actually hit in here. This is actually 5 layers thick. I wanted to make sure we got some good impact on it. So let's look at our cell phones that we hit down here. And before we get the smarty pantses out there, guys, these are just test cell phones. They're not even real. This is the ones that you see over there, the little plastic ones that they set up on the counter so that people can mess around with them without having heard it. Check it out. Crack. Oh, this is great. Oh, here, this one actually did take a couple of good hits. Crack. Dude, this thing is awesome. Okay, we got to mod this. We got to mod this, dude. At 40, this would be devastating. These are hard, guys. These are actually, there's metal in the middle of them. They're weighted down. So, all right, I'll tell you what we're going to do. I want to go back in here and I want to talk to you about this. I am floored. This thing is so much fun. Be right back. All right, maybe just one more shot. One thing I'm wondering. So I'm going to go ahead and cock this back. And as you can see, we're empty in there. That's the plug, all right? We're going to put in one round. Here we go. One round. So got a little stack of cans down there. Let's see if we can hit the stack of cans. Bammo! Well, I think it's accurate. Be right back. Guys, this thing has got a cool factor that is off the chart. Oh, what? I have two of them now? They must be multiplying. Nah, I'm just kidding. This is the 11 joule that we just currently fired. This is the 7.5 joule that I also received. Now, I was looking over these to see if there is anything on here that would indicate a difference by marking, and there are no differences that you can see physically on the outside of this weapon, which means that all changes, in other words, the size of the valve restrictor, is different, and that's the only thing that's different in these things. That's kind of important to know because it means it's a very simple upgrade when we do it. And that's coming, I guarantee it. Now, thank you guys so much for watching. I knew you'd like this. This is one of those things I was like, man, I got to get this right for him. I've got to get it right for him. And I think we finally did. Oh, one other thing I want to show you on this, and you may or may not see it in the last revision, and I'm hoping that I can actually get Stumpy to focus in on this. If you look down in there, you're going to notice there are little strands. See those strands? Now, what those strands actually, believe it or not, they look like they're not there on purpose, but they actually are. What those will do is, once you load the balls in here, you push them through those strands, and it stops them, if you turn this back this direction, from popping back out the front. Intentional design. They may or may not last forever there. It really doesn't matter because once you've got the balls in, you just put the cap on anyway. So it's no big deal. But it's threaded perfectly, so be careful when you put this thing on. Don't cross-thread it. It'll just go on nice and easy, okay? And then secure it down. Pretty cool, huh? Well, guys, thanks again for watching. I really do appreciate it. This is Mod City, and you better believe it's coming, so stay tuned for that one. Have a great week, guys, and a fantastic weekend. Bye-bye.